So, according to Marvel, Blade is back in progress, back in production, back in action, and is it too late or too little too late? Without really diving too deep into this, I remember the hype that came with Mahershala Ali basically taking over from Wesley Snipes. And, this is basically the quintessential Marvel beginning, right? Blade was the first really huge, especially when it comes to Marvel, but also in the comics, series that really became extremely successful, created an incredible fandom, you still have fans to this day who are absolutely in love with Wesley Snipes' version of Blade. So, it came with no surprise when Marvel announced that they were actually going to bring Blade back into the fold. Not only that, but also incorporate him into the future, the multiverse saga, and everything that they're actually right now working on. So we got excited about it. But it's been years. Do you remember when Kevin Feige actually did this and Mahershala Ali came onto the stage and we were like, number one, was it about time? But yes, we all felt like this was actually a really, really good cast of who we saw as Blade. And if you've seen renderings of him, like this one right here, he looks like Blade. But here's the thing. When Wesley Snipes did his first Blade, which is my most favorite Blade, and to most people their most, well, you can also say Blade 2 was actually pretty good. Those two movies are actually classics. But in the first Blade movie, Wesley Snipes was 36. Mahershala Ali is 49. Will be probably 50 if they're actually really, really in full swing with this movie. So you kind of worry, what story are they going to tell? Now, 36 is not too young and too old. It's like you're smack dab in the middle. And remember, when they announced him as Blade, this is how he looked. Now, black don't crack. So he still looks good as a 49-year-old. But the story matters. What story are you going to tell? Is this Blade has been Blade for 20 years? Kind of like what they did with Ben Affleck's version of Batman, which we knew moving in. Zack Snyder, he basically told us we're going to have a more seasoned, more mature, more experienced Batman. So when we saw him play Batman, we were like, okay. And then we knew from where he was borrowing the story, from Frank Miller's story, that version of Batman is older. So that's what I'm saying. What kind of story are they going to tell here? Because a 49, 50-year-old Blade, listen, he still looks good for a 49-year-old. But the story is going to matter, right? Robert Downey Jr. is 50 right now? Imagine if he decided to play Iron Man. You couldn't have an origin story. He's way older. Are you going... Because even remember in Blade, when we started off, he was already Blade. But that story was told so well where we caught up. We didn't really need to see Blade young. We saw glimpses. They showed scenes of him younger, right? But they didn't really dwell too much into it. And it kind of fit. It didn't feel like they rushed it. It still felt very organic. It felt very real, and it blended very well with the story they told along those three movies, right? The third movie was not really that good, but we're not talking about that. So what story are they going to tell? They haven't really released a lot about what they're going to do with this story. Now, the fact that they're actually moving on and actually going to be doing this movie is exciting. I'm just one of those people that feel like they should recast Mahershala Ali. Now, it's going to be controversial because a lot of people actually love the idea of him playing Blade. I actually was one of those people that felt like he would have been one of those top actors to replace Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther. The story will matter. So whoever they choose to direct this movie and the story they decide to tell has to kind of connect with his age, because you also have to address his age. You can't sugarcoat it. You can't tell us he's Blade and he's 30. We know he's not 30. And you can't use CGI to make him look young. So it's either you come up with a really good story, or you recast him. And by the way, fans wouldn't really mind recasting Blade. You know, it would be sad because we saw him as Blade, but it would make sense based off of, because Marvel right now is going younger, right? They're trying to really incorporate a new universe, a new Avengers, right? They've gone past, you know, your traditional Marvel Avengers superheroes. Now they're building a new Avengers team, right? So that would go hand in hand with a new Blade. So I don't know. You let me know. What do you think of not only the idea of them moving forward with this movie, if they actually do keep Mahershala Ali as Blade, but why not recast him? Now, there are several actors who I feel like could play Blade, but that's a conversation for another time. But you tell me in the comments what you feel, what you think. Are you a Blade fan? Are you excited to hear this news that they're actually moving forward with this? Is it too little too late? Have you already lost the fan base? You know, because again, with Captain America Brave New World, I mean, that movie had a $180 million budget, according to them, which we all feel is BS. That movie hasn't even cracked $380 million worldwide. So it's not really looking too good for Marvel. But anyway, that's coming from the Marvel sphere. You let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode. Peace.